Okay, folks, get ready because today we are diving deep into the world of the collared peccary.
You know them.
You know them
As javelinas.
as javelinas. But trust me, there's way more to these guys than meets the eye.
Yeah.
We've got a fantastic essay
Sure.
all about these creatures, and it covers everything from their crazy habitat to their social lives and how important they are to the ecosystem.
So,
You know
that these guys can live in deserts and rainforests?
Yeah.
And their communication? It's
There's-
wild.
It's nuts.
We're talking like grunts and growls and even scent marking
With special glands.
with a special gland.
Yeah, it's that cool.
Okay, let's jump in.
Let's do it.
So, for those who maybe haven't encountered a peccary before, let's start with the basics. What do these animals actually look like?
Well, imagine like a medium-sized dog, but with this coarse, bristly fur.
Oh, yeah, the essay mentioned that.
And of course, they have that distinctive collar.
Right, that white or yellowish collar. Exactly. It gives them their name.
And don't forget that snout.
Oh, yeah. Perfectly adapted for rooting around,
Foraging.
foraging. And they've got these sharp tusks, too.
Okay, hold on, tusks. So they're not all cute and cuddly
Well, they might be cuddly to each other, but those tusks are definitely for defense.
against predators.
Yeah. And for foraging, too. They can actually dig up roots and tubers with them.
Huh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. It just goes to show even herbivores got to be able to defend themselves sometimes.
Makes sense. So speaking of eating, what do these guys actually eat?
Well, they're omnivores, which basically means they're not picky.
Opportunistic.
Exactly. Their diet is super adaptable. Plants are their main thing.
Like what kind of plants?
Lots of stuff. Fruits,
Dude.
roots, nuts, cacti. But they'll also go for insects, small animals, even carrion if they can get it.
So they're like the ultimate survivors.
Pretty much. They can make a meal out of almost anything.
Okay, so we've covered the basics. Now, what about their social life? Are they loners or do they hang out in groups?
Oh, they're definitely social creatures. They live in these herds.
How big are we talking?
Anywhere from 6 to 20 individuals, usually family units.
Wow, a big family.
Yeah.
And is there like a leader of the pack?
Yeah, there's usually a dominant male who leads the group.
And how do they communicate within the herd?
Well, it's a whole mix of things. They've got vocalizations like grunts and growls.
Okay, pretty standard animal stuff.
Right. But here's the cool part. They also have scent glands.
Yeah, the essay mentioned that.
They use these glands near their rump for scent marking.
So it's more than just marking territory.
Right, yeah, way more. It's like their own form of social media. They can communicate individual identity group membership, even reproductive status, all through scent.
Wow, so they're leaving behind these detailed messages for each other. That's amazing.
It's like a whole hidden world of communication that we're just starting to understand.
And I imagine this whole herd structure provides a lot of protection too, right?
Absolutely. Safety in numbers. When they're threatened, they huddle together, presenting a united front with those tusks.
Talk about a deterrent.
It works. Predators like jaguars, pumas, even coyotes think twice before messing with a herd of peccaries.
Makes sense. So they've got the looks, the diet, the social structure. What about their role in the ecosystem? Are they just kind of there or do they actually impact
Well,
things?
they're crucial. They're like little ecosystem engineers. They play a huge role in seed dispersal.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
Yeah.
Especially for cacti and fruit, right?
Exactly. And it's not random. They're actually helping to maintain plant diversity in a lot of areas, particularly in deserts.
So they're helping these plants spread and thrive. Fascinating.
And their rooting behavior is super important too. As they root around for food, they aerate the soil, which improves drainage and nutrient cycling.
Is it like natural tilling?
Exactly. It helps create healthier soil for other plants to grow.
And of course, they're part of the food chain too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're a vital food source for larger predators like jaguars and pumas.
So they're playing a pretty important role in keeping their ecosystems healthy and balanced.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But the essay also mentioned that their relationship with humans is a bit more complicated.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
In some places, they're hunted, in others, they're considered pests.
It really depends on the region and the specific interactions with human activities.
So even though they're adaptable, they're still vulnerable.
Yeah, habitat loss due to human development is a big threat in some areas. And hunting, even though it can be sustainable if managed properly, can also put pressure on local populations.
So it's a delicate balance.
It is. It's important to remember that even though they're widespread, their conservation status can vary a lot from place to place.
What can we do to make sure these guys stick around?
Well, protecting their habitats is key. That means supporting conservation efforts and sustainable land management practices.
And what about the hunting?
Sustainable hunting practices based on scientific data and careful management are essential. We need to make sure that hunting is done in a way that doesn't harm the overall population.
It's amazing to think that an animal that looks so familiar can have such a big impact on the environment.
They're truly remarkable creatures.
The collared peccary, a master of adaptation, a social butterfly, and a vital part of the ecosystem.
They're a great example of how even seemingly common animals can play a crucial role in the web of life.
And hopefully, with a little understanding and effort, we can make sure these fascinating creatures continue to thrive for generations to come. It really makes you wonder what other hidden wonders are out there in the natural world. What other animals are quietly playing their part, shaping the ecosystems around us in ways we might not even realize?
It's a reminder to stay curious, to keep exploring, and to never underestimate the complexity and the beauty of nature.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that's our deep dive into the world of the collared peccary.
Hope you learned something new, and who knows, maybe next time you're out in the wild, you'll be lucky enough to spot one of these amazing creatures in action.
Happy exploring.
Until next time, keep on learning.
Keep on diving
Keep on diving deep.
into the fascinating world around us.
See you later.
See ya.